chewing on past frustrations, a Pico episode of human fallibility. Whatever the gossip stage settles in the brain's daydream, one thing is clear: the people you meet on the crazy run through our Earth dream can't vacuum the faces, the feelings, the conversations, and the private thoughts back through time-space, through a vagina, through a penis, back into the lives beyond that unique experience and further back, through more of the same, with babies fanning out from the replication line into unique bump-ins, temporary flings, failed marriages, or lasting ones, determined by the frivolous nature of human empires, empires in competition, with corporate commercial enterprises lobbying government in covert or overt corrupt negotiations for profits, in denial of their inconsiderate stepping on the defenseless poor under their careless profit-driven game, ignoring the obvious opulence of their billions and their proud ego flares.
The truth lives. Political bombshell.
Welcome to Political Bomb Show. I'm your host, Rayshawn Blyden. Very, very dark days are ahead of us. Actually, dark years. Feels like we're going into the dark ages all over again. And we're all going to be punished for 51% of the people. So can't really explain. Actually, I can't explain what happened after.
Overcoming daily with the Spirit's sword, standing on the promises of God, standing on the promise, standing on the promise, standing on the promises of God, my Savior, standing on the promise, standing on the promise. I'm standing on the promises of
for this country, because food production is going to rest in a few multinational corporate hands. The Congress is incapable of addressing the issue at all. The health care crisis, they're talking and talking. The Republicans, of course, won't deal with it at all. The Democrats, and I do not want to suggest that there are not some of them who are very serious. They are. But for the leadership, it's a lot of phraseology. It makes a good soundbite. Health care is a right of all people. Yeah, well, you guys control both houses of Congress, so do it. Well, we can't do it, but health care is a right of people. We're going to give speeches all day to embarrass the president. That's good. Do it. So I think the lack of urgency is one thing. The second thing that comes to my mind is that the Congress itself, the House, and I believe the other thing that's amazing is, people assume that the House and the Senate know each other. They don't. They could be a million miles away. I mean, they're on the other side of this building, but no one ever talks to the senators. I mean, conference committee, they get together. We are going to be discussing $150 billion, that is with a B, billion-dollar bailout for the savings and loan industry and the commercial banks, two separate bailouts. And there are people who think that there's going to be tens of billions of dollars more coming down the tube. Now, that is the greatest financial ripoff in the history of humanity. The people who are responsible for this, these distinguished gentlemen in their three-piece suits, have done irreparable harm to this country. Irreparable harm. They are directly responsible for the deaths of thousands of people who cannot get the health care they need because governments have cut down on providing health care to people. They are responsible for people sleeping out on the streets because we are spending money bailing out these institutions rather than building affordable housing. These people are responsible for the fact that Hundreds of thousands of young people can't go to college because the federal government is bailing.
There is two men of great principle entangled with one another, fighting with one another, two sides, both sides eminently civilized, one representing the acme of Eastern civilization, presumably, and the other that of Western civilization. And at the end, you see, all through, they have fixed their attention on a bridge, and the bridge becomes the object of the combat. And everything in the world is going to live or die.
Which represented their interest. We said, and we repeat now, you can't represent the rich and working people. You can't do that. And we said very clearly, we're on the side of working people, we're on the side of poor people. And people said, I may not agree with everything these people are doing, but at least they stand for something. They saw some changes. They saw us standing up and fighting. So they felt, we opened up the doors of City Hall. So they felt a part of the process, and they said, hey, we're going to come out and defend that. We're a part of this thing. This is our government, and we're going to participate. When people see political leadership representing the wealthy, when they see two parties saying basically the same thing, their attitude is, why should I bother to vote? What difference does it make who wins? It doesn't matter. So you see sometimes in municipal elections, my God, 20% of the people coming out is a good turnout. So I don't believe, I know a lot of these PhD political scientists talk about political apathy. They just cannot understand why American people are so apathetic. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that quote-unquote apathy.
There are political prisoners within those prisons, and they have to be freed all across this nation. But there are also political prisoners out here that don't understand they're political prisoners. Because they don't take an action, they don't take a stand, they don't take a position, they don't make a statement against lies and hypocrisy.
What do you tell these people? Do you tell them, I want you to register to vote because that really is all that's missing? All that's needed. You see, we have a beautiful working democratic mechanism here. The only problem is that you are left out of it. If you will just enter this beautiful democratic mechanism and join in it, you will then be able to do the things you want to do. Well, I don't think this is an honest statement. I don't think this is true. I think it would be truer to say, if you register and if you vote, you will then have as much power as the rest of us, which is very little. Very little. And I'm not now talking
for the economy if we raise taxes on the middle class and the poor. That's their line. That's what always goes on. And that's similar to the debate we're having in healthcare. The bottom line of healthcare is the following. We as a nation spend approximately $950 billion, it's a B, billion dollars a year on healthcare. That is, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of money. And within that $950 billion a year, there are a lot of people and a lot of corporations making a whole lot of money. So the whole debate of healthcare comes down to two fundamental propositions. Number one, should we have a healthcare system which guarantees quality healthcare to every man, woman, and child and be run in the most efficient, cost-effective manner? Some people think that's the right approach, I do. Or should we continue a healthcare system